Should I use infinite scrolling or pagination for my content? Some designers still not sure which method to choose for their project. Each method has their strengths and weaknesses, and in this video, we'll overview the two methods and you will decide which one is better for your next project. Well, as usual, welcome and see you after the intro. Welcome again. Infinite scrolling is a technique that allowing users to scroll through a massive chunk of content with no finishing line in sight. This technique simply keeps refreshing a page when you scroll down it. Tempting as it may sound, the technique isn't one size fits all solution for every site or app. Well, let's see some pros and cons so you will leave this video convinced whether you should use scroll or a pagination pattern. The first advantage with us, the user engagement and content discovery. When you use scrolling as your prime method or exploring the data, it may make the users to stay longer on your web page and so increase engagement. You know it helps you with the ads and so on. With the popularity of social media and the massive amounts of data are being consumed, infinite scrolling offers an efficient way to browse that ocean of information without having to wait for pages to preload, and you can see that so obvious in sites like Twitter, Facebook and so on. Infinite scrolling is almost a must-have feature for discovery interfaces when the user does not search for something specific, so they need to see a large amount of items to find the one thing they like. Scrolling is better than clicking. Users have better experiences with scrolling than clicking or tapping. The mouse wheels or touch screens make scrolling faster and easier than clicking. Scrolling is good for mobile devices. The smaller the screen, the longer the scroll. The popularization of mobile browsing is another significant supporter of long scrolling. The gesture control of mobile devices makes scrolling intuitive and easy to use. As a result, the users enjoy a truly responsive experience, whatever device they're using. Now, after seeing the advantages, let's see the cons. For the cons, let's start talking about the page loading speed. You know it's everything for a good user experience. Multiple researchers have shown that slow load times result in people leaving your site or delete your app. And you don't want that to happen, of course. Another issue with infinite scrolling is that when users get to a certain point in the stream, they can't bookmark their location and come back to it later. If they leave the site, they'll lose all their progress and will have to scroll down again to get back to the same spot. This inability to determine the scrolling position of the user not only causes annoyance or confusion to the users, but also hurts the overall user experience. Another annoying thing is the lack of a footer. Footers exist for a reason. They contain content that the user sometimes needs. If users can't find something or they want additional information, they often go there. But because the feed scrolls infinitely, more data gets loaded as soon as users reach the bottom, pushing the footer out of view every time. Sites that implement infinite scrolling should either make the footer accessible by making it sticky or relocate the links to a top or sidebar like Facebook did. Another solution is to load content on demand using a load more button. New content won't automatically load until the user clicks the more button. This way users can get to your footer easily without having to chase it down. Now, after having a look on the pros and cons of the infinite scroll, let's see the pagination pattern. For the pagination, it is good when the user is searching for something in particular within the list of results, not just scanning and consuming the flow of information. You may measure the benefits of pagination with the example of Google search, looking for the best search. Result could take a second or an hour depending on your research, but when you decide to stop searching in Google's current format, you know the exact number of search results. You can make a decision about where to stop or how many results to peruse. Another advantage about pagination is that it gives you a sense of control. Infinite scrolling is like an endless game. No matter how far you scroll, you feel like you'll never get to the end. When the users know the number of results available, they are able to make a more informed decision rather than be left to scour an infinite scrolling list. According to the David Carras research psychology in human-computer interaction, reaching an endpoint provides a sense of control. The research also clarifies that when users have limited but still relevant results, they are able to determine easily if what they're seeking is actually there or not. Also, when users see total number of results, of course when the total amount of data isn't infinite, okay, they will be able to estimate how much time it will take them to find what they're looking for. Now let's get to the conclusion. So there are only a few instances where infinite scrolling is effective. It's best suited for sites and apps that are streams of user-generated content like Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Pagination, on the other hand, is well suited for goal-oriented sites and apps. Google Experience is a good illustration for this point. Google Images uses infinite scroll because users are able to scan and process images much more quickly than text. Reading a search result takes much longer. This is the reason why their Google search results still use the more traditional pagination technique. Well, here we reached the end of the video. I hope you liked the content and you decided which pattern to choose. Tell me in the comments which one you decided to use. Please do smash a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. By the way, I'm sure you're gonna love the next episode of the Saturday Talk. I'm not going to spoil, but it's really great. I'm sure you're gonna love it. So thanks for watching and see you Saturday.